Good afternoon, honored guests, veterans, ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, our Gold Star families who are here with us as we honor their loved ones on this most sacred day of remembrance. On behalf of the USS Massachusetts Memorial Committee, it is my honor to welcome you to this very special place as we gather to remember those brave men and women who not only answered the call of our nation, but made the ultimate sacrifice in its defense. I would like to thank the Vietnam Veterans of America Chapter 207 who join us every Memorial Day to recognize our veterans, and in particular those killed in action during the Vietnam War. I would also like to thank all who have partnered with us today, including VVA Chapter 207, Mayor Coogan, Lieutenant Colonel David Tumanjan, the Fall River Young Marines, our bugler Cassandra Tompkins, Somerset Troop 21, and City Councilor Raposo. For those of you who have not attended a Memorial Day ceremony with us in the past, a note, we will be firing our 5-inch guns. At this time, please stand for the national anthem. Please remain standing for the invocation by Cantor Richard Wahlberg, chaplain of the Fall River Police Department.
Almighty God, creator of the universe, hear our prayer. Today, our country remembers the military personnel who served in the armed forces, especially those who made the supreme sacrifice in defending and preserving our nation's freedom. For their devotion to duty, for their willingness to endure hardships, for the special bond they shared with those whom they served with, we give you thanks. As we today remember and honor our nation's veterans, we again resolve that their service should not have been in vain. What they gave us is beyond our power to repay. May we, as citizens of a nation founded upon faith in you, stand firm in our resolve to keep the peace and freedom that others have given their lives for. We bless the Gold Star families, and we bless all those today who are here to pay homage to those who have given their lives for this great country. We bless our Mayor, Paul Coogan, and our government. We bless all of our police and firefighters, Sheriff's Department, first responders, and all the heroes that are amongst us today. Lord, may your presence be constantly with us, and may we all live to witness the vision of our prophets. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall men learn war any more. For all men, both great and small, shall know the Lord. Amen.
Please be seated. At this time, it is my honor to introduce Don Elbert from the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 207.
Thank you, Megan. On behalf of the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 207, we thank you for being here today. This marks the 32nd year the VVA and the Battleship Massachusetts Foundation have conducted this memorial ceremony to honor the 36 county 36 Bristol County, Massachusetts residents who gave their lives in the Vietnam War, and the over 1,200,000 men and women who have given their lives in the defense of our country and to preserve world peace. And to publicly acknowledge to all gathered here the sacrifices of their families, the Gold Star families. Memorial Day has been the remembrance of the fallen, those who have made the ultimate sacrifice. And this took place in 1868. The country was shocked by the loss of life during the Civil War, the war to end slavery. And that later on in 1868, 3 years after the Civil War, General John Logan issued a proclamation. He issued Order 11, and that was the first Memorial Day was observed on May 30th, 1868, 55 years ago. In the order, General Logan set forth, no form of ceremony is prescribed, but posts and comrades will in their own way arrange such fitting services and testimonials of respect as circumstances may permit. And may I add, in Fall River, we are so fortunate that our circumstances include this great memorial site, the Battleship, Massachusetts. General Logan went on to add in the order, if other eyes grow dull, other hands slack, and other hearts cold, in solemn trust, ours shall keep it well as long as the light and warmth of life remains within us today. Your attendance today is a public display that those who follow will not forget the patriotism and valor of those who fell in battle. The servicemen we remember today came from all walks of life, but they had one thing in common: love and loyalty to this country. Your presence at this ceremony and in other ceremonies throughout Memorial Day weekend is a tribute to their nobility of spirit and unflinching courage, made in the beliefs that others in another part of the world could one day enjoy the same freedoms as they did. Our attendance here also is a reminder to others that safeguarding our nation is a serious duty with heartbreaking but necessary consequences. The men and women who had their lives taken to preserve our way of life deserve to be remembered. Your attendance is a show of gratitude for their sacrifice, the ultimate sacrifice. Those we honor today and the 58,282 names listed on the Vietnam Memorial today say, we leave you our deaths. Give them meaning. Your presence today gives their sacrifice meaning and delivers a powerful message to the dead and living alike. They are not forgotten. I'd like to add, over the 33 years that we have been doing this ceremony, we have been supported by the Naval War College, and it is again today my privilege to introduce to you our guest speaker, Lieutenant Colonel David Tamajian. Colonel Tamajian is a graduate of the Naval Academy. In 2003, he was commissioned in the United States Marine Corps. He has served as a field artillery officer in a number of commands. His most recent operational assignment was Battalion Commander of 211 Marine Regiment. He is here with his family today, and I'd like to present to you Colonel David Tamajian.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here. As was mentioned, my name is Lieutenant Colonel David Tamajian. I'm currently a student at the Naval War College, and I'm very honored to have the opportunity to be here with my family and, most importantly, with all of you. Let me begin by thanking everyone for coming out to attend this ceremony. As was mentioned, this is how we keep the memories of our loved ones and those that have gone before us alive. I'd also like to thank the USS Massachusetts Memorial Committee and Battleship Co. for organizing this event and allowing all of us to gather here. I would like to extend an honored welcome to the Gold Star families who may be in attendance today. You honor us with your presence and by keeping the legacy of your loved ones alive. Memorial Day is often associated with the start of summer and the leisure activities that come along with nice weather in much of the United States. But today is much more than that, and it evokes a wide range of emotions for those of us who serve, for our veteran communities, and for the families of our service members. It is intended as a day of solemn remembrance, a day of reflection, a day of heartache, a day of pride, a day to tell stories to our children about family members and friends who willingly served, and a day to reflect on those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for the benefit of our nation. It is not always easy to remember because we are drawn to the pain of our loss, but it is important to remember and to share because it keeps the memories of those individuals alive. Just as importantly, it is important that we gather together on days like today and recognize that the loss of those we love is not experienced alone. We see the sacrifice of many families, and we are comforted in knowing that the memory of the fallen is recognized by our entire community and our entire nation. Today, we remember those who went before us. We remember those who faced down tyranny and terrorism, and we pay respect to those who we have lost and the families they leave behind. Our nation has memorials and cemeteries around the globe that serve as a monument to the heroic and selfless deeds of those who served our nation with their whole being. Today, many of those sites will be visited not just by Americans, but by people of every nation and creed who recognize the sacrifices of American service members on behalf of their foreign nation. Flags and flowers will be placed at the headstones of individuals whose lives are so much more than a name and a date, and prayers will be said in many languages to memorialize their sacrifice. To walk amongst these cemeteries is powerful. One cannot help but feel an overwhelming sense of humility when you see the white headstones laid in perfect arrangement stretching across green fields. To understand the span of time that those headstones represent in our nation's conflicts, to see the names from the Revolutionary War all the way to the global war of terrorism, it is a powerful reminder that freedom isn't free. The men and women of our nation who joined the military following the attacks of September 11, 2001 were cut from the same cloth as the young men from this area who answered the call to join and fight for a fledgling country with a yet untested government in 1776. There is no difference to the courage, the selflessness, or the desire to protect the individual to their left and right on the battlefield between these generations. Our nation continues to commit to the ideals of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness for all mankind. Our nation continues to stand as a beacon on the hill for freedom across the globe. And our nation commits our most precious resource to this endeavor, our young men and women. Thus, our youth continue to raise their right hand and commit to a life where defending our nation comes with incredible responsibility and sometimes incredible sacrifice. I do not know what the future will bring, what foes our nation will face, But I do know that wherever that future occurs and whatever that foe looks like, there will be outstanding young men and women of this nation ready to defend our way of life, just as there have always been patriots ready to answer the nation's call and defend our democracy. I stand in awe of those who have gone before us and of those who will come after us. We owe them our greatest debt of gratitude. And so I will end today where I started, by thanking you for coming out today to remember our fallen warriors. Your attendance memorializes our nation's fallen and keeps their stories alive. May God bless our fallen service members, and may God bless this great nation. Thank you.
Before I introduce our next speaker, I just would like to make a few remarks. I've lived in Fall River about 40 years and have traveled around the country. And I must say the city of Fall River takes extraordinary steps to preserve the sacrifices made by our nation's servicemen and women. We have monuments all through this city, and they're well taken care of. We have the Marine Corps Wall, the Iwo Jima statue, and many other monuments just a mile away. And we have this great complex here with the Kennedy and with the submarine and the Battleship, and the support that the city of Fall River and its leaders, the city council and its representatives have given us is enormous. And I just want to thank from the bottom of my heart and the chapter members the great job that they have done over the years, and hope that they continue doing it. I just don't see anywhere in the United States we have this type of resource. And I'd like to present to you today the leader of our city, Mayor Coogan, who will give some remarks.
Well, it is a tremendous Memorial Day weekend in Fall River. We've had a number of events, and I appreciate the kind words, because Fall River most certainly does take its veterans and all they gave to this country seriously. As mayor of Fall River, it's both an honor and a privilege to stand here today and pay tribute to all of our veterans, both our fallen heroes and some of our active duty service members as well. I want to thank you all for coming here today to honor the men and women who sacrificed everything to serve our nation. Our veterans faced unimaginable challenges, leaving behind their families to defend the freedoms we all cherish. We owe them a debt of gratitude because of the physical and emotional hardships they had to face. Fall River has a very, very rich history of patriotism. Our city has sent its citizens to battlefields everywhere. Our Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall and our Iwo Jima Memorial and Bicentennial Park, as long as the Battleship, are a testament to the respect and recognition that the city has for our veterans. Not only do we stand here today to honor those who served our country, but we want to give recognition to the family and friends of our veterans. The families of our veterans, both those who are here today and those who have tragically suffered the loss of a loved one, bear a unique, special burden. Our community should always offer support and appreciation to those families. As a city and a nation, we have a responsibility to carry on the legacy of those who fought and continue to this day to fight for our freedom. In Fall River, we're extremely fortunate to have individuals and organizations dedicated to supporting our veterans and their families. We will continue to support these initiatives as they provide resources and a sense of community to those who served us. But our gratitude should not be limited to just Memorial Day, as we continue to pay tribute to our veterans who are still with us and those we have lost. I want to thank everyone for coming out today and wish everybody a happy, healthy Memorial Day. And please never forget our veterans. Thanks again.
At this time in our ceremony, we will honor the 36 servicemen from the Greater Fall River area who answered the nation's call to service and went in harm's way and made the ultimate sacrifice. We will call the name of the servicemen to be honored. The ship's bell will be tolled. When the name of the serviceman is called, I would ask that a family member, a friend, or a member of the audience to come to the container of carnations to my right and take a carnation will be presented to you. You will be escorted toward the port side of the ship, and at that time we'd ask that you place the carnation in the Taunton River. During the procession to the side of the ship, I would ask that the member of the audience remember each serviceman with a quiet personal thought or prayer. When we finished reading the names, we will honor the approximately 1,200,000 fallen servicemen and women from all our nation's war by placing a bouquet in the river. After we have done the carnations ceremony, I would ask that you stand. I'd ask that you stand during the placing of the bouquet and for all our servicemen that we've lost in the wars, and remain standing for the following 21-gun salute, and then that will be followed by taps and closing prayer. I will now ask that the Gold Star family member, Brenda, come to the podium for the reading of the names.
Oh, wait. Good afternoon, everyone. Could I please have the family members for Richard Almeida, U.S. Marine Corps, Sister Deborah, first cousins Brad, David, and Deborah Barwick. Michael Constantine, United States Army, Sister Evelyn. Thomas DeRosia, Sister Arlene. Paul Dufault, United States Marine Corps. Edward Dupree. United States Air Force. Edward Furtado, United States Marine Corps. Donald Gagnon, United States Marine Corps. Louis Gagnon Jr., United States Air Force. Brother Robert Gagnon. Alfred Gaspar, United States Marine Corps. Sister Barbara. Donald Johansson, United States Air Force. Ronald F. Lake, United States Marine Corps. Lawrence Lozon, United States Air Force. Michael Medeiros, United States Marine Corps. Gilbert Pixoto, United States Air Force. Daniel Perry, United States Marine Corps. Stephen J. Rigo, United States Marine Corps. Richard Rodrigues, United States Air Force. Sister Pauline is here. Alfred W. Santos, United States Marine Corps. Brother Robert is here. Manuel A. Stores, United States Marine Corps. Charles A. Tavares, United States Navy. Robert Tavares, his brother. Joseph Vieira, United States Army. Norman Fontaine, United States Air Force. Brother Joe, he was from Westport. Andre Latessa, United States Marine Corps. William K. Gardella, United States Marine Corps. Daniel Rodrigues, United States Army. Henry Cousineau, United States Navy. His son Brian, granddaughters Sarah and Emily. Yeah. Albert J. Rose, United States Marine Corps. Russell V. Almeida, United States Marine Corps. Cleveland F. Bridgman, United States Army. Gart M. Cohen, United States Marine Corps. Robert A. DeRoziers, United States Air Force. Jeffrey A. Pinero, United States Army. Wayne Jane Sylvia, United States Marine Corps. Kiernan Beckett, United States Marine Corps. Linda and Mallory Beckett. And my father, Gilbert Cavallo, who was killed in Vietnam in 1968 when I was 4. My name is Brenda, and my daughter's here, my daughter Mandy, and my father's great-grandchildren, Ruby and Gabriel. We also have Adam here joining us. You can bring the phone.
Thank you so much. I would ask that you stand now. If you're not already standing. And our Color Guard Commander Richard Benavides will place a bouquet of flowers in the Taunton River for the 58,286 names on the wall and for the approximately 1,200,000 servicemen lost in all of our wars. Now, if you remain standing for the gun salute.
May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord cause his countenance to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift his face unto you and grant you peace. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our Memorial Day ceremony. Thank you so much for coming to be with us today, and thank you once again from a grateful nation to all of our Gold Star family members in attendance.